Aries, yo, how are you? This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. I will be working on your relationship status for July. Sorry, I've been kind of delayed. So this will run from the 24th of July until basically the first week of August, in which there's a lot of purgation happening, a lot of getting rid of what we don't need for the last eclipse season. In fact, that's probably already happened for you. As well as a deep well of emotional sort of strife and contemplation. I'm just going to go ahead and do the pre-shuffle for you and see what kind of energies you're dealing with. And I think today I'll be doing the Tree of Life spread for you. So it's going to be a 9-card spread dealing with your own spiritual and philosophical evolution. Yeah, so I see a lot of emotion within you that has been sort of found or has set you into a type of solitude to find your own inner truth. This inner truth has to do with the way your offers of love are very much impassioned in a way, but not completely impassioned, because you're looking for a new beginning, but you haven't found it yet. A new beginning involves some sort of stable commitment to something, and it's a stable commitment relating to change and balancing. So it may be difficult for you to, because you're coming up with options in a way, in terms of relationships, and stability includes financial stability, and you're weighing up your sort of, you're trying to do the balancing act, weighing it up. Also, this new beginning, one of the potential new beginnings that you may have considered yet as a starting point, has to do with love and a sort of heartbreak that comes through mental processes. So your mind has brought you into a type of like seclusion in order to figure out why this heartbreak is happening, and to figure out how your own passions have contributed to your own heartbreak. There certainly was an offer from someone who came into your life. It could be a Cancer, and yeah, it brought you into this. They brought it to you, but then you sort of returned it in the cage energy. So it was kind of like you weren't really into the offer, because you recently had to. You're trying to lay your own sort of passions down. There might be a lot of temper in your passions, perhaps even anger, and you're trying to lay down a cycle that has to do with your own strength. And you need to feel disempowered with the way your passions may be out of control, and you're trying to lay the burden down to get away from sorrow when it comes to your emotions. And it has left you in a type of a lack of victory. You feel disempowered because there's a lack of victory when it comes to ill fate, and you feel like the universe has been working against you, or perhaps you're not really aware of what the universe is trying to teach you, and that lesson has to do with relationships and commitments. Okay. Yeah. As well as how sex and like how desire and how passion has played in this sort of offer of love, which you may or may not have rejected. But I see here a new lover on the cards, and you're trying to make a choice of passions that will hopefully lead to some sort of stability and a new beginning that you're sort of not really aware that you're trying to get to, because you have a way of processing all of this to keep your own sense of stability, whether that's mental, physical, or emotional stability. And you're looking for some type of relationship secretly deep down inside. You want one because this helps you have your own sort of inner world reflected. You need an emotional outlet because your emotions run really, really deep, and you want to be happy and be able to convert these emotions into a state of peace in which you feel like you're wanted, but at the same time, because you aren't able to make a decision, you never see the sort of end goal when it comes to your stability. But there is love there, and there's healing, because you're looking for a higher philosophy that has to do with inner peace, as well as you being able to talk to people. But then this creates an inner tension that's very deep, and you're transforming to get rid of a cycle that is hurting your mind, because you feel disempowered by this, and you're looking for a type of fullness that's always eluded you, and it's leading to this endless cycle of debate. Okay, and conflict. Okay, so there's a lot going on in the cards. Pre-shuffle is done. That was intense. Pre-shuffle is done. Thank God. Whew, that's intense, Aries. Fuck, that's intense. Seems like this lover, though, that comes in is kind of more like a friend. Perhaps with benefits, and like you're just really confused because you're not really that into them in terms of seeing them as like marriage material or like relationship material. But deep down, I think that's what's in your mind. All right, Aries. So, yeah, with this person, there is they feel like they were okay. Well, there's a lack of communication first off with the 8 of Rods in reverse. Okay, lack of communication when it comes to someone feeling left out, but then being brought back in because they offered something. They offered a piece of their heart to you, but it wasn't fully there, or perhaps they didn't fully outright offer it, meaning the horse wasn't moving into, the Horse of Cups wasn't moving into real being. On your side, yeah, you're coming up with a new truth, or you have a new idea about this offer of love, but you're taking it from a different stance. Yeah, so you want to offer friendship, they want to offer love, and you're waiting for divine timing for this to happen, but it doesn't seem like it's coming. There's a sense of stagnancy when divine timing is coming into play between you two. There is a lot of passions that have sort of melted down. Okay, the end of a cycle, and it seems like a meltdown. I don't know how long you've known this person, but it may have been forever with the lovers here, and you could be working with a Gemini. I also see Cancer here, as well as Pisces, Scorpio, as well as Capricorn, and all air signs, earth signs, fire signs. Here, you're working towards something. You're working towards this connection in order to create a truth and perhaps a truce between them and trying to bring them into the friend zone, which is cute because really there's like a lot of love between you two, and there's a choice to be made, and there's a potential sort of equilibrium that can be reached to for you two to be friends. Certainly a situationship. I don't see any third parties in here. But there certainly is a conflict in interest when it comes to emotional balancing. And like I said, your emotions tend to make you very sad, so you may be repressing them in a way towards this relationship. Yeah, so the Hermit came out as the bottom of the deck, and there certainly is an inner light you're trying to find in solitude and in getting away from what's happening in this relationship. However, I think you want friendship with benefits and perhaps the next step, and there still is a chance for you to become lovers. It just takes a lot of hard work and a control over your passions and your temper. They may trigger you in a certain way that attacks your own personal philosophy when it comes to the way they love. Okay. Also, for clarification, what's this lovers about? What are the 2 options, please? There it is. Yeah. Okay. So one of you is extremely conservative when it comes to the lovers. One of you is extremely conservative, and I see them, or perhaps, yeah, I see them as conservative. They're conservative lovers, traditional lovers, so they do the whole romance thing, okay? And with the way love is working these days, I think romance is kind of old, and you're taking a different stance on it, but you don't feel totally empowered by it. We have here the King of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. So you may be behaving like a politically correct sort of tyrant, and I don't mean to offend you by saying that. What I mean is that you tend to view stability in a different way now, and you're open to having sort of friendships or perhaps situationships that go against convention. And you think you may have a new idea on love, the way it behaves. Theirs is more traditional, and yours is, yes, traditional and slow, but methodical in a way that is according to your own controlling design, okay? Your own design. Perhaps I would recommend that you let go of power or control over your emotions, because those are great assets to you, and your passions are definitely guiding you towards this person. Because they see a lot, they or you see a long-term sort of commitment possibly happening, and you will be able to discern with the Queen of Swords energy what choice you're going to make between love So is it self-love or their love? And this will bring you once again to an end of a cycle in which there was a lot of great pain, and it will help you grow some type of teamwork with this person. Yeah, and that's what you're building towards. Equal give and take eventually, as well as karma, and then, wow, it's going to be a beautiful relationship if you go with it. All right. So, just a quick rundown. Yeah, this person sees that there's a lack of communication. Someone feels left out, and they offered you a traditional cup of love, but it was rejected. And this is because you were waiting for a type of divine guidance or karma to kick in, divine timing, and you were also looking for something of friendship as opposed to traditional romantic love with this person, and you were coming into truth of types. This conflict between lack of communication and lack of divine timing has led to an end of passions between you two. For now, at least in the past. In the present, there is a lot of love between you two, but it's a type that distinguishes love for a friend and love for a lover. And then one person felt left out, and I think it was them. And you might be letting them back in, but in a controlling way. You want it to be controlled because they're extremely conservative in a way with their commitments and their energy. In the future, there's going to be work involved between you two. The Three of Pentacles, I saw it twice. And moving towards almost a traditional type of relationship in which you are able to find your own truth and maybe reconsider this cup of love that they're offering to you. Okay, Aries, I really appreciate it. This is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Please have a good end of July. Thank you.